Jane Brogan here from Elna, and today we're going to have a look at the lovely Elna Excellence 720 Pro sewing machine. This to me is a semi-industrial machine which has a metal flatbed on it. There's no free arm on this machine, which personally I'm fine with because I make quilts as opposed to clothes, but you can use it as a free arm. I've done it myself doing pyjamas and things for grandchildren, so you can do that with it. But I think first we'll have a look. First I think we're going to have a look at what we actually get with the machine. I've got the knee lift there, which goes in the front of the machine. It gives you the option then, if you use your knee to press this, it will then lift the presser foot for you, so you've got hands free if you've got a big item underneath it. So we also have a dust cover with it, which is a nice semi-rigid canvas one. So this one again, we've got storage in the back here. The flap will lift up to sit over the machine, and you've got storage in the front for your foot pedal and wires, any bits and pieces you want to take around with you. We also get a very wide range of feet and accessories with this machine. So we have 2 extra stitch plates. We have a standard stitch plate on the machine, and we have a straight stitch plate with it, and an HP plate, which is a professional stitch plate, which has only got a single hole. There's a specific foot that we need to use with that, which is this little one here, and it goes with this one. The machine knows if we've changed the stitch plate, so it won't let you do any stitches or anything that's going to damage the machine. So I'm not going to go through all these today, but there's a good range of feet. So you've got your quilting feet, your dressmaking feet, button sewing feet, really nice buttonhole with a stabiliser plate, the AccuFeed foot. We've also got different free motion feet. So we've got our standard free motion foot here, which one we'll all be familiar with. And we've got the convertible as well, which is really lovely because you've got, by using this screw here, you can alter the height of the foot off your work so it will glide over it as opposed to hop. And that comes with an open toe, a closed toe and a circular attachment to go to it. Again, everything else is quite standard bobbins. And it also comes with, these. We've also got a lovely box here which we can keep everything in. So the lid comes up, and then we've got the little storage compartments here to keep all your different feet. Bobbins will go in the bottom, the extra stitch plates will sit in the bottom as well. So it's a really nice way to keep everything together and make sure you don't lose any of the bits and pieces with the machine. We also, as always with Elna, we have a lovely manual with the machine which comes in it. So again, it's worth having a little read through before you start with the machine. Everything is in here that you need to know. I would always look when you get your machine, unpack everything and just check everything through to make sure you've got it all, because they can pop them in different little places in the boxes, in different bags. Again, it's coming through, it tells you how to thread it, how to do everything basically, all the different stitches. Let's come on here. So you've got here, so you've got zipper sewing, so it tells you what foot to use, what mode you need to be in, what stitch you need to use. Again, it's very, very self-explanatory, so it's well worth taking your time to just have a little read through this before you start sewing, just so you're familiar with everything. So now we're going to have a quick tour around the 720 Pro sewing machine. The lovely thing with this machine, as I said, it's a semi-industrial machine, so we've got a proper thread stand on the back here, which just, you can pop it down out of the way so it doesn't get damaged when you're not sewing, or just lift it back up again. You've got the 2 thread stands on the back. You do have the cone adapters. I use a lot of large cones, and they're great for using on these machines. We've also got a stitch chart here. You take that out, pop it here. So this tells you all the stitches that are on the machine, all the stitches that are grey like this. It says a horizontal mirror image. All the ones like this, you can do a vertical and a horizontal flip with them, so there's 4 ways of doing everything. You've also got here straight stitch needle plate and the professional needle plate, which is HP, and it shows you what stitches you can do with each of those plates. And turn it over. We then have the alphabet on the other side, so it's a really nice reference. Sometimes you may want to leave it on the machine. It will sit, there's a little attachment on the back, so it will sit there and it just tucks in if you want it to. I have actually used whiteboard pens on mine. Just sample it first though to make sure it comes off okay, if you want to pop any little notes on it about the stitch that you've got something set at. The little holder it sits in you actually attach when you get the machine, and for storage again it will slide down the back and out of the way. It just tucks in there, fold that down, and it's really handy to store everything. Take this on. There's so many lovely features with this machine. There's quite a lot of things I really like about it. One being we've got an extra high foot lift. You've got this on all the Elnas, but on this one we can lift it up and we can take it up again and it stays up for us. We don't have to hold it at the same time. So it's really handy if you've got something very heavy to put underneath. Pop that down again. And again, there's lots of features. I love these. It's the width and the length, because you've got these fine-tuned dials here, so you can actually turn them and you will see it altering. And you just turn these and you can see it changes on the screen all the time, so that's very handy. There's another really nice feature with this, which is we have an independent bobbin winder, so we can wind our bobbin just by using this button here. That's really handy, saves you on threading the machine. So I'm just going to have a quick tour now across the front of the machine and what everything does. If you had the Elna before, you will know, you'll be familiar with all these buttons here. We've got the speed control, which is quite self-explanatory, the tortoise and the hare. Then we've got lock stitch, needle up down, automatic cut and a manual reverse. And this is a start stop button. We can use the sewing machine without the foot pedal. Some people prefer that. Some of us still use the foot pedal. This is a tension here. Again, it's all preset tensions now. It's something you should very seldom have to do anything to. And your top foot pressure, the dial's on the top here, and you can do it. And you can see in the little window down the side where you've got it set up. It's a really nice feature, that. I find that really helpful. So that's this side of the machine. As we're coming over here now, we've got mode. So on our stitch chart, there are different modes. If I press mode, I will go into mode 2. And again, it will take you to, so into mode 3, sorry, where am I going? Mode 1. Then I want to go into mode 2. So again, the little button next to it is a stitch selector, so I can access that and it will bring me up to the different stitches, and I can take them across. If you can see them scrolling across the screen here. So you can select these different stitches via that if you need to. You've got a twin needle safety on the machine as well. It will let you know if you can use that particular stitch with the twin needle. That specifically works with the 2mm twin needle that comes in the pack with the machine. If you're using a wider twin needle, then please always check that you're not going to hit and break anything. This one here is our vertical and horizontal flip. We've also got the elongation stitch on here, so we can elongate our satin stitches up to 5 times the original length if we want to. Bobbin winder. We have a favourite stitch setting on this machine, which means we can go in and we can override the factory settings, so we can use it if I'm doing some applique. I quite often change the stitch length and width, so we can save that setting while we're doing that project, and then we can go back in at the end and set it back to a default again. And again, we have the little screwdriver here, so if I press that to set, you get the little window come up, and there's all different features in here that you can use. We can set the automatic cut, so every time we lock stitch, the machine will cut the threads for us. It's worth spending a little bit of time going through there just to get used to what's in there. And then you can personalise it for everything that you want to do. Take that off again. Again, we've got here, so we can go back through the stitches and forward, and we've got the very handy lockout key, which means nothing is going to work on the machine. So it's always worth putting it on if you've got to go and use the machine, you've got children or pets around. Or equally, if you're changing the needle or the bobbin, it's far too easy to put your foot on the foot pedal accidentally. Something we've all done at some point in time. So that's a really nice one. Just lock the machine out so nothing's going to happen. And then we've just got the keypad on here. We have the keypad. So if I want to select a stitch, we're in mode 2. Let me have a quick look at my little chart. So if I want to select stitch number 186, I can literally just go 186 and it's automatically selected the stitch for me. So it's very handy to do that. And you've also got, we can memorise stitch sequences, and that's a cancel button for us as well. So the other really lovely feature with this as well, if we want to change the stitch plate, we can take the foot up at the back here, and if we can see this on the corner, there's a little switch here, and if I just press that, so we pop that down, take that up higher, and it pops the stitch plate out. So it's really easy to change, and also to get in and clean the machine as well. And that just goes back in, and give it a good firm push in the centre, and it will clip itself back in again. That is just a very quick tour around the machine for all the basics. It's worth spending your time getting to know the machine, use the manual, do some samples with it, but just most of all, enjoy it.